back. It's Uncle Pete again. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button and share. Comment. Put your questions in the comment section. So, today, another tough lesson learned. I hope you're paying attention to all these lessons. Sorry, I don't know if I had the microphone down or not. I don't know if you ever hear me, but I hope you're paying attention to all these lessons. Um, I am using my money to teach you lessons about what it's like to be pretty much a beginner at day trading. So here's what happened to me today. Now, if you've been following my channel the last couple of days, the last couple of videos I've been posting, I am doing the 9 EMA strategy. Here's the 9 EMA, this blue line. Two green candles above, I go long and buy puts. My stop on this strategy on the upside is a loss of 2000 or $200, I get out, or if a red candle closes below the 9 EMA, I get out. Okay, on the downside, two red candles below the 9 EMA, I go short by buying puts. This is the SPY, by the way, ETF. And on the downside, my stop is a $200 loss or a green candle closes above the 9 EMA. So what happened today? So that I like to wait for the first 20 or 30 minutes of the market open to just play out. So at 8:30 this morning, I had to hop on a conference call, an important call that I couldn't miss. And I just knew it. The last 12 trades I've taken have been losers doing the 90-day strategy. This is a 20 trade test based on the book by Mark Douglas called Trading in the Zone. So I just knew that after taking 12 straight losing trades doing this strategy, that today I was going to hit. Why did I know it? Because I couldn't trade, because I got stuck on this conference call. And the lesson learned today is don't let other people interfere with your trading. So what happened here? So here in the morning, this is at 9:50. So that's 20 minutes in. You had two green candles. This was a little bit of a profit here that I could have taken. But then after that, now we're at 10:06, 10:10, which I had definitely would gotten involved in this. We had two red candles close below the 9 EMA. I would have gone long on the puts, and what a nice ride down this would have been. So what I want to do a split screen on this. I want to keep the SPY ETF up here, but I also want to show the actual options that I would have taken. So right here you had two red candles. This is where I was still stuck in that call. I had two red candles here. I would have gone long on the puts at 10:14. 10:14, and the price was 584. So 584 at 10:14. So let's check out the options, the puts I would have actually gotten involved in. So this is Thursday, so I would have traded the next week's expiration. I wouldn't be trading tomorrow's expiration because we're already in Thursday, right? So that would be the 30th. So here we got the 30th, 584s. Okay, so um, if you want to get the actual option, so right here I would have traded at 10 1014, right? 1014 at 584, because you had two red candles closing below, so the next candle I would have went in. That's the 584 strike price at 1014. So now we want to see what the puts, or we want to get the chart for the puts. So in TOS, following up to the top left, you go to trade. Now, it's already Thursday, so I wouldn't have traded tomorrow's expiration, May 23rd. I would have traded the following Friday, right? And you go over here, you find the 584 strike price, the May 30th 584 strike price. And on the right side here is the puts. See up here, puts. This is all on TOS. And you hover over the strike price, the ask. You right click, you go down to more info, and it gives the symbol actually for this option. You go down to TOS charts, it has one square highlighted. You hit the second square, and now it has the chart not only for the actual SPY ETF on the left, but the actual put option on the right. So we go to 1014. Where is, okay, so 1014 is right here, and the option was trading at 617, $6.17. So I would have been long 5 puts at 617. I would have closed this trade at 1050. So I got in at 14 minutes after 10 at 617, and I would have gone out at 1050, and the option was trading at 692, right? So that's a 75-cent profit times 5 contracts times 100 shares, right? So that's 375. So that's a $375 profit on that one trade in 36 minutes. But of course, I was stuck on a call. So let's go back to just the SPY ETF, right? So that trade, that was here, right? Then I had another opportunity. We had 2 green candles close above here at 1322. I would have went long, and that was also the 584. Now these are the 584 calls. So you go to trade, you look for the 584 strike price on the call side, the left side. You right click, you go to more info, go to TOS charts, you hit the second. Now I got at 1322, which is right here. The calls were trading at 662, right? And I would have gotten out at 1404, which is 4 minutes after 1 o'clock, right? 4 minutes after 1 o'clock on the option. The option was trading at 732. right? So that's 732 minus you paid for it 662. That's 70 cents times 500. That's another 350 plus 375 from the earlier trade. Let's keep going. How many other freaking trades did I miss? Okay. So there was this trade here was a little bit of a gain. Um, this trade here I probably would have been stopped out, and then you had two green candles above. Um, that would have been a little bit of a gain because you had this red candle close below. But then if I usually don't trade after 230, you had another downward and a big downward uh, move at the close. So the lesson today is don't let other people take you away from the screen. So this is what happened to me today. Prior to this, I had 12 losing trades in a row, and I missed some winning trades today. This has been happening a lot, and this is the frustrating thing about trading. And don't tell me that, well, that's not going to happen to you. It's happening to everybody. Every successful trader out there, every guru you see on YouTube who's legitimate will tell you this kind of crap has happened to them in their trading career. So I'm trying to do this so that you learn from my mistakes. All right. And all I ask you to do is subscribe. Right. I'm risking my money for you so you learn and I learn too. Right. I'm learning with real money. You can learn by watching me trade with real money so that you don't have to. I would write these lessons down, watch my videos, see what I'm doing wrong, learn from my mistakes. All right? And all I ask you to do is subscribe to the channel, give me a like, comment, and share the video. Here's the one trade I did take. When I got off the call, I got into 5 puts. This was my 30-cent loss, right? And it ended up being $156.61 loss. So that's 13 trades in a row now that I've taken that I've lost. All right? But tomorrow's another day. I've kept my losses very small, so I'm waiting for that big move. And it could come. It could come. I've had 13 losing trades in a row. Um, Let me tell you what that amounts to. That amounts to $1,425.93 that I've lost on 13 trades in a row. But I'm telling you, one run on 5 or 10 calls or puts, and I could get all that money back on one trade. That's why, and I'm waiting for this to happen so that I could show you, demonstrate to you why you must keep your losses small. Don't blow up your account. Accept that your strategy is not working on this trade and get out. All right? Because if you do that, if you take these little small losses, and a lot of these losses, they're like 5 or 8% of the total amount of this portfolio. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to lose 20, 30, 40, or 50% of your portfolio on one trade. How are you going to stay in business doing that? Right? So I'm waiting to hit on one of these days where one trade can wipe out all the losses I've had for the last 13 trades. It does happen. It does happen. And I'm hoping that it happens soon so I can demonstrate that to you. So watch me use real money so that you learn. And I hopefully you're writing all these lessons down. You're creating rules out of the lessons that I'm learning, and then you can then when you decide to put real money to work, you can protect yourself. All right, this is Uncle Pete. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday.